Hello, my name is Sherrytrchtman and welcome to my happy place. For over 35 years I've been working in this small, efficient at-home studio, and for the last 15 years I've been working in collage assemblage. I do three-dimensional wall-hung pieces in multimedia. This one is called Code. It consists of numbers, letters, floppy disk string, all of which I hope tell a story about a secret. My work is pretty much material driven. I'll come across an object like this spool that to me has unlimited design potential. I could do all these things with it. I can tell a lot of stories with it. And I have worked in the recent past with the spools, with corks, coffee filters, drinking straws, coins, and most recently with floppy disks and their cases. I have observed all of these things are round and tubular, but I really don't know why. My work has been described as spiritual, political, sometimes humorous. I work both as narrative and as pure design. This piece uses the spools wrapped in papers and tied in various cords, and it is a nod to the Tibetan prayer wheels. This one is informed by the Aztec pyramids in Mexico, and in it I'm combining the spools with cork. The next piece, I've used drinking straws wrapped in papers and placed in a tray from pastel packaging. Somewhere along the line, I got into this idea of four-square formatting, circles in squares on a grid, and did a series that just is about design using this type of formatting. Here I've gone on with the coffee filters, coins, some plastic objects, some natural objects, and I stuck with that four-square as I moved into my work with these floppy disks. Both of these pieces are design statements. I'm really interested in how the circle in the square also offers diamond shapes, crosses, rectilinear forms, visual flow. But I started to use the floppy disks in different ways as well. These narrative pieces do that. This one is about change, aging. It's called decomposition. And this is a lighter subject. It is about birds and their nests and eggs seen through the canopy. In my more political work, I'm making statements about cultural changes. This one about the victims of the Holocaust in Europe in World War II. And this one about the Pueblo people who live in Taos Pueblo in New Mexico, who are eager to remain in the same lifestyle as their ancestors. And this piece is just one I really like. I cut up some of my old prints, mounted them in the floppy disk cases, and when a gallerist saw this, she said, "You make plastic look beautiful." And I was delighted at that observation. In order to do this kind of work, you've kind of got to be a pack rat. And I've got all kinds of stuff. People say, "Where do you get that?" And I say, well, I just have it. I've got papers, cords, cardboards, feathers, dried flowers, sandpaper, and all kinds of objects, glass, wood, plastic, discs, papers, pencils. I generally work in series for quite a number of reasons. One is to get my ideas developed. Once I come up with an object I want to work with, I have so many ideas and I try to draw them out in little thumbnail sketches as quickly as I can. When I choose one, I gather some papers, some stuff that I think will work for my concept and work directly on the format. I take working photos so that if I change the elements around, do other things with them, I can get back to my original idea as I go. Another reason I work in series is technical. I do a lot of painting and gluing, and there is time needed for the work to dry or be weighted. I can do that on another surface while I do something else over here. And in fact, that leads me to my latest work, which came about by accident. Because of COVID, you know, I was feeling just as down and unable to focus as everyone else. So I came out here just to draw, just to have a little fun, and made about 30 little drawings using squares and dots. And it occurred to me that those dots are really floppy disks that are not finished with me yet. So I made them all black, and the second realization I had was I had to go bigger so that I could use the floppy disks. So this is the first multimedia collage that I made from one of these drawings, and I decided some of these drawings had merit too as a piece in their own right, and I'm now experimenting with putting them on surfaces as well. Thank you so much for coming to my studio and taking a look at my work and my process. For more information, you can contact me on my website or on my Gmail account. Thank you so much, and go make something.